not used to going live on YouTube, honestly. But I'm so excited to be able to go live right now. I'm actually chilling, doing some work, and that's kind of what you do when you do nothing in a way. So, anyways, I'm live right now because I want to share with you guys some advice real quick. And besides all that, I also just want to just like come on here real quick, try to encourage some people. I'm actually sitting here in my office, really not doing a whole lot. Um, and I decided, since I'm not doing it too much right now, I want to kind of just come on here and chat with you guys. Hello, hello. Drop down where you are from, boo. I want to know where you're from, okay? Can you tell me where you're from? And someone said, I finally caught you live. Hi, guys. Hello, Yolanda, Monica. Hello, you guys. I'm so excited that you're here. I'm so excited that you're here. Can one of my lovely ladies do me a big favor? Can you go to hisdaughter'scloset.com/shop and copy that link and post it in here? I did not get it, and if I feel like if I go get it right now on my phone, it'll knock me out of here. Can someone do that for me? Hi, guys. I am so excited to be on here. If you can't do it, it's all good. But if you can, thank you, sis. But so today I just wanted to drop in real quick. I'm sitting here in my office and I was just finishing up one of the last few things I needed to do um, when it comes to, our magazine and things like that. And I'm so glad. Ooh, I see some Jamaica, Michigan, ooh, North Carolina, New York, Washington, Houston, Texas. Ooh, a lot of Houston, South Africa, Dallas, Texas. Okay. Spanish Harlem. Okay. Cool. So glad you guys are on here with me. I am sitting here in my office, kind of like, oh, Barbados. Okay. But I want to show you guys my office right now. I'm just going to talk off the head because what do y'all think if on this back wall right here, where my door, like this is where my desk is, if I got this really cool creative wallpaper put up? This wall is fine, but it's not my aesthetic. Okay, y'all know about Morgan and her aesthetic. I feel like I've got to be able to create, like, so I'm thinking doing the black and white, but it's like more artistic, and it's kind of junky in here today. You're gonna get a Fearless Friday vlog tomorrow, so you'll kind of see kind of how the process is coming along. But I've got chairs still needing to be put together. Things are all over the place right now in here, so please don't judge this way too much. But the room I love the most, which I will see in a video soon, um, is the studio room. Like if I could be in here creating all day, I really would. But honestly, I'm in my office a lot, writing and doing stuff and getting things ready and prepared. But anywho, I say all that to say I just wanted to come on here and just kind of chat with you guys, and just tell you guys, like, so much has been going on with me. And I don't know if you follow me like on the gram, whatever. So much has been going on. Like, God has literally left me so speechless. And it's only like November 11th, like He has started leaving me speechless since October 31st, October 30th. Like, it's crazy. So if you don't know, I got my own office space. I was supposed to get it on November 1st, but I got it a few days earlier on a Fearless Friday. You know that. So I was so hype about that. I got this place. I love it. It's a great place for me to come and create. Only thing I'm struggling with right now is the balance of Monty J. I know on Saturdays he will come here with me, but I don't really. Monty J's my dog, if you don't know that. But I feel a little bad right now when I'm out here. I'm so used to being at home with him and working from home. And so he's adjusting pretty well, though. He's enjoying it because when I'm off work versus when I used to work from home, I never was truly off work. So evenings are for me and him. So that's a good thing versus him only getting pieces of my time. Somebody said, not sure if that's the link you wanted. I don't know. Was there a link? I didn't see a link. If you have a link to my shop, hisdaughter'scloset.com/shop, it's my shop page. Can you drop the link in here? Because if you drop the link, I will pin it. And that link is because, actually, I'm talking about Monty J, y'all. See, this is a dog mom vibe right now. I'm almost out of my drink. But the reason I came on here was because I went live on my Instagram yesterday. And I went live just to kind of talk to people about, answer some questions and stuff like that. Someone said just the website. I mean, just The link I'm asking for is from my website. If you go to His Daughter's Closet, there's a shop button in the menu. Click the shop and then bring that link in here, because I will say, the reason I'm saying that, guys, is because right now I have my HDC magazine has been printed and it's so ready, and I'm getting ready within the next week to start shipping out these orders of the HDC magazine, and I'm so excited to be doing this. And since I decided that before I just go ahead and ship out all these orders, this is actually our self-care edition. And so we're going to have different editions every few months. Some might be CEO, some might be All Faith. But I will say, one thing I love about the magazine is you might not think it's Christian until you dig in. So if a girl who doesn't know me, that's kind of the vibe. If you don't ever know who I am, it's like I want you to realize it's about Jesus, though. So there's a particular story in the magazine that it's only in the magazine, but it is called Prayer Walk. I actually wrote this because in about May-ish, God began to lead me on a walk with my dog every evening. If you follow me on the gram, you would see me walking this walk about every evening. It was 3 miles. And I would just walk it in the evening with Monty J. And when I would... Oh, someone said it's not showing. Oh, I guess I got to go get it. Okay, thank you so much for trying to do that. I bet you I got to go get the link. But anyways, so Prayer Walk was, I was walking on this walk with Monty J, and I walked this walk in May, in June, and July. But there was this moment at the end of July. There was a lot of moments on this walk, but there was this particular moment when I was walking on this particular walk with Monty J. Same old, I was used to it. Had my little AirPods in, listening to a sermon, doing my thing, when God dropped a major revelation on me. I mean, major, to where I was like, you know, like, it was so crazy. So I share that here in the magazine. I talk about the prayer walk that I went on, and how, in a way, I didn't really realize I was praying, but throughout that walk, I would be talking to God about my life, my issues, my struggles. And so that's a great resource in here. If you ever get the magazine, there's a whole story on, so if you ever get the story, it's going to like really bless you. So someone's like the link. Hold on, guys, 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. I went and got that link because I don't think it was allowing other people to share the link. I don't even know how to comment in here. Can I comment in here? Y'all, I don't even know how to work live YouTube. I don't even think I can drop the link, y'all. I think I have to do it from my like computer or something. But anywho, I said all that to say, like, pretty much when I like was writing this magazine, it really pulled on me to share some different parts of myself. Not only just the faith, fashion, and fearlessness, but also some personal stories. And also, this is a resource that we use to just kind of showcase what we do in the ministry, like our grants, our give backs, our advice, our tips, and stuff like that. So I was just saying that, guys, if you were someone who wanted to purchase our magazine, they have already been on sale. But I know once I start shipping these out, I won't be just taking orders every day for this. So I will be kind of spacing out the magazine. And so if you want to get the magazine, I'm going to give you a code right now. It's all lowercase, social mag, and you get free shipping automatically. So no matter where you're at in the US, you get free shipping. And that means if you, whatever you check out with, it's going to try to add the shipping, and then it's going to take a promo code area. Put that promo code, social mag. Someone says, can you see the link above? Sorry, y'all. There is the link. I don't see a link, but maybe the link is already in here. Amen if it is. But I'm happy if you guys see the link. But anywho, so pretty much I have a magazine now. His Daughter's Closet magazine is out. It's got a Christian biblical stories in here. We even give you tips on how to grow in your faith with God. We give you Bible study tips in here. But also, you know, your girl is a little more into like fashion and style. So I give even tips on fashion and style and things like that. So so pretty much I'll say, if you want to, all you have to do is go to my website, hisdaughterscloset.com/shop, check out the print version. And then if you get this one, use the code, all lowercase, social mag, and get your magazine for free shipping. Like, they won't charge you anything for that. And so that's kind of what I wanted to tell you here on YouTube, because I told the people on Instagram, I just haven't told you guys. So I wanted to tell you that. But also, I wanted to get into kind of like a quick Q&A chat with you guys. I'm going to have a Fearless Friday up tomorrow. But I will say, sometimes it's not like, sometimes the comment sections I don't always get to, and it's after the fact, way after the fact. So I just wanted to share that with you guys, that you guys can drop a question in here if you would like. And right now there's 107 of you in here, and I wanted to tell you guys I appreciate y'all. But if you follow me on the gram, you know I just got accepted into graduate school, the master's program at ORU. If you don't know what ORU is, Oral Roberts University. If you've watched my vlogs, you have seen me be at the prayer hands, these big prayer hands. You're going to get a whole nother video on this soon, but I used to go to this place and I would be like, this is the entire reason I moved here, Lord. Like, I really remember, like, Lord, the whole reason I moved to Tulsa is because you told me I was going to go to school here. And every time I step forward in it, it's like I get pushed 3 steps back. And I remember feeling kind of just discouraged, honestly. Like, really, I don't even think I had faith in it a lot anymore. I still had it on my vision board, but for me, it's like my prayer journal. Like, the things God puts on my heart, I write it somewhere else too. So, um, so pretty much that's what I did. I just kind of believed God. And in one of my vlogs, maybe a few months ago, I take y'all with me to the prayer hands. And I tell you guys that I'm still believing God for this. This has been almost 4 years. I'm still believing God for this. And I'm going to take you guys. So I take you guys with me in a vlog to the prayer hands. And I pray. And then I leave. And so this past week, I was sitting here in my office, you know, doing the same old, same old. And while I was sitting here, I checked an email. My email. I was looking for something in specific in my email. And when I checked this particular email, I got an acceptance letter from Oral Roberts University. And I'm trying to tell you guys, it has been 4 long years. But it's actually been like 7. But it's been 4 years since I really decided to believe God for it, if I say that. It's been 4 years when God gave me the word, I said, okay, I'm going to do it. But it's really been 7 years since God gave me the idea. See, that's what happens to us many times. God will give us the idea or the unction, but it takes us years to get on board with it. And that's kind of what happened. In 2016, the Lord gave me an idea to go to Oral Roberts University and get a degree in theology and get a master's degree in theology. If you don't know what theology is, that's the study of God. It's like studying the word of God and things like that. And then I didn't even have my bachelor's. And so I thought, okay, when I get my bachelor's, then I'm going to do that. I'm going to move to Tulsa and I'm going to do this. And then I didn't get my bachelor's. Like, I failed a class. I lost financial aid. So pretty much the whole dream I had of going to ORU felt like 20 steps away. And so I had no financial aid. I had to move back with my parents. I lived at my parents' home for 2 years. And in the meantime, I kept saying, God, I know you called me to ministry and I know you called me to go to Oral Roberts. But I was like, well, I'm not going to wait on Oral Roberts. Like, I'm going to just start working on my ministry. You know, I'm going to just put in the work now. So that's why I started YouTube and I started doing a lot more stuff on here and sharing Bible studies and words and stuff like that. And so all this time, it's really been in the back of my heart, in the back of my mind, like, go to Oral Roberts and get this degree. It's just you have to finish the bachelor's before you can get the master's. And you have to you got to take these bachelor classes. Then you got to get accepted into another school to even take these bachelor classes. And then you got to get a little more money to take these bachelor. Like, there was all these steps. And so it felt so far away. And in reality, in May, I attained my bachelor's degree. In July, I applied to Oral Roberts. And as of like November the 10th, the 9th, I got accepted into Oral Roberts University. And this has been a long time coming. In October of like 2018, the Lord kind of told me to get back, go back to that dream. I know you've been like, for 2017 into 2018 almost, half of it, I just put that away. Like, I couldn't look at it. I couldn't think about it. I was hurt by the thought of that was my dream, but now I can't even do that. Like, and so I remember in 2018, it was almost the end. The Lord said to me in my little home office at my parents' house, go back to that dream, that one that you wanted, but too much stuff was happening. You know, that one that you wanted, but you started to fall out. You started to believe you couldn't have it because there were too many obstacles. Like, the Lord literally was like, go back to that dream. And so I did. 2018, I was sitting on my floor in my office, and the Lord said, go back to that dream. The one that seems like you can't attain it. That's the one I want for you. And that was to move to Tulsa and to go to Oral Roberts University. At the time, I had no job. I had no money. I couldn't even pay my phone bill. I was trying to build this YouTube ministry thing that really didn't even have any really thing going for it, really. And I remember I just was like, okay. So I went and got a I got a full-time job as a paraprofessional at a school. And my whole goal was that whole time I was working there, I was like, I'm going to move to Tulsa. I'm going to go to Oral Roberts. Now, I didn't even have a bachelor's. So that meant that I needed to there was so many more steps I had to take. Okay, you got the job now. Okay, now you got to apply to this community college. Okay, now you got to get enrolled in this class. Okay, now you got to find funds. Okay, now like there were all these steps I took, and it took me 4 years, you know? And I will say it's been a journey, it's been a process, but like I realize now, like when it happened, I was like, wow, God, I see the setup. I was wanting to get into ORU 4 or 5 years ago. I was wanting to have the money then. I was wanting to build the ministry then and in through ORU. And you showed me that I didn't need it. I needed you, that you could build the ministry. ORU was just going to be some icing on the cake, but my foundation was going to have to be you. And so I was looking at this external resource to build it when God was like, no, I'm going to take you through a season where you have nothing but me, and I'm going to be your resource, and I'm going to build it. You're going to build it through me, even though that's the harder route, even though that's the rougher route, even though that's the terrain that many people don't want to travel on. You're going to travel that route because that means that if a hurricane or if winds come and storms come, you're not going to fail. It's not going to fall. It's not going to sink. It's going to stay, and it's going to be sustained, and it's going to thrive, and it's not going to be tossed to and fro, you know? And so it's like today, I mean, I'm sitting here like I told my mom, and I was telling people like it still feels so crazy that it's something I've wanted all these years, and now it's like in my hand, you know? And it's overwhelming. It's overwhelming, but it also shows you the goodness of your God and that he never forgets about you. Even in the seasons, like I would be at church and they would be talking and speaking, and I would be like, gosh, God, you forgot about me. You know, the season before I even had the ministry, I remember I'd be like sitting in the pews and I would hear someone up there speaking, and I would know, God, you called me, but why have you forgot about me? Like, I want to speak. I want to do this. I can't, like, I've been waiting, Lord. Like, why did you forget about me? I remember there were seasons like I had no money, living with my parents, and I had all these crazy dreams. And my stepdad would say, hey, come outside. I need you to help me mow the grass. And I'm country. Y'all, I don't know if y'all country, but y'all got a lot of land. You need to mow your grass. So I would like put my headphones in and put on some old clothes and, you know, put some old tennis shoes on and get out there, and I would mow the grass. But I'd be mowing the grass. I'd be listening to like Dr. Miles Monroe in my headphones about leadership and authority and trusting God. And sometimes even as I'd be mowing that grass, I'd have tears rolling down my eyes because I would be like, God, you forgot about me. Like, and then remember one time this one particular summer, it was hot. My dad did half of it, and it was my turn to do the next half, and I was sweating, and I was pushing this, you know, push mower, and I had a sermon in my ears, and I just remember tears were just rolling down my face, and I was like, God, why have you forgot about me? Like, I've been trying, Jesus. Like, why did you forget about me? Like, why you give me them dreams if you weren't gonna let me do it? Why you give me these desires and these ideas if you weren't gonna bring it to pass? Like, I was literally out there pushing this lawnmower, tears cried, sweating, middle of summer in Oklahoma. And right then the Lord said to me, I needed you to learn how to toil your land. I needed you to learn how to work your land. And I was like, what do you mean? I'm mowing grass. And it's like, no, I needed you to learn how to take care of the land before you. And I'm standing there like mowing this grass, and I'm like, well, I'm been taking care of it. Like, what do you mean? And he's like, no, like you have to learn, like with everything you've encountered in your life, with growing up traumatic, not knowing God, growing up in trauma, growing up in abuse and, you know, substance abuse, with everything you have learned, like gone through, I needed you to be able to see the beauty even in all of that. Because when you can work that land and you can bring something out of that soil, that land, when you can bring something out of your trauma, when you can bring something out of your pain, when you can bring something good out of that, then daughter, the new land I get for you, you're only going to succeed. You're only going to excel. So if you can stand in that land, that desolate land, that empty land, that dark place, that place that everybody in your family goes back to, if you can stand in that and you can still produce good, then how much more good can you produce when you get in good, fertile soil, when you get in an atmosphere of faith? See, right now, you're taking it. You're the only one in faith. You're by yourself. So you're standing there by yourself trying to keep the faith. And God says, if you can keep the faith in that season, if you can keep the faith here when you have nothing, you have zero, you have no money, if you can keep the faith when you have no views, if you can keep the faith when you are struggling, when you can keep the faith when anxiety is still trying to play at your doorstep, when you can keep the faith when generational curses are still looking at you and you're still trying to break them, if you can keep the faith then how much more faith will you have when I actually open up a door for you and you get in an atmosphere of faith, when everyone around you speaks faith, when every place you touch will come to pass, when every dream that you have said, God, I want to do, will come to pass. I want to tell you. So today I'm not telling you from a story of, oh man, everything was handed to me. My mama had money. My daddy had money. People had money. No, I come up in poverty, man. I come up in so much poverty. I come up in living, even years ago, living paycheck to paycheck, saying, God, how is this going to happen? I'll never be successful. How are you giving me all these dreams and ideas? But I've never seen that. I remember I would tell God, I have never seen a woman healed. I've never seen a woman truly set free. I have never seen somebody have thousands of dollars and not have to worry about the next week's paycheck or next month's rent. I've never seen it. So you keep showing me these things, but I have never seen it, God. And God said, that's okay, because you're going to be the first then. You might have to be the first in your family. You might have to be the first one, but they're going to see it through you. Okay, so I want to tell you guys today that I talk on, going to school, and you might see me on the gram and see me here on YouTube, and I'm like, hey, y'all, da, da, da. But I want you to truly realize, like, this has not been a cakewalk. This has been a journey where I have literally, in the hot of summer, pushed a lawnmower crying tears because I felt like God forgot about me. And I think the reality is we all have probably encountered some seasons like that. And if you haven't, you will if you're a true follower of Christ. You're going to feel like God forgot about you. But I'm trying to tell you today, it took 4 years, but truly 7 years of when he gave me the idea. But it took 4 years of actually me stepping in it, trying to pursue it, and getting knocked back down, and getting knocked back, and getting pushed back when they said, oh, you didn't complete the degree yet. Getting pushed back when they said we need you to get one more class done. Getting pushed back when even I completed the class, they said we still can't give you the degree yet. We got to do more of this, and we got to it took 3 months for someone to finally say your degree is complete. Like, I kept getting pushed back, and I want to tell you, but when God is in it, even no demon in hell can stop it. And I want to tell you, I was like, applying to ORU, like, God, like, why is it taking so long? I applied in August. It's November. All these pushbacks. God is like, but if God is in it, nothing will stop what God has for you. And I think that's the reality. Like, Morgan, I know it took 4 years. I know it took years of nights of tears and sitting in your bed saying, God, why did I move here then if you wasn't going to let me? Like, the whole reason I moved here almost 3 years ago was to go to this school, and it's 3 years later and I haven't even got accepted. Like, you told me I did everything in faith. God, why have you forgot about me? And I want to tell you, God didn't forget about you. It's just that when you got there, he had another land for you. See, you know what the reality is? God could have gave me ORU a year ago. He could have gave it to me a year ago, but I wouldn't have the freedom and the liberty. I wouldn't have the teams right now to help me run a ministry and go back to school. See, God does such a thing as when he sets you up better. He sets you up way better than you can plan. And so I just want to say, there's a reason why I'm going back now. There's a reason why I'm going back when all this stuff is established. Like, I wanted ORU to establish this. I thought going to Oral Roberts University, where Dr. Miles Monroe went, and where Billy Graham went, and where Catherine Kuhlman was, and where Oral Roberts was, I thought going there was going to help establish this ministry. And God said, no, I'm actually going to give it to you earlier before you get there, because I want to show you it's only in me. It's only in me, not these greats, because they were great because of me. And see, I just want to share that with somebody today. The Lord has not forgot about you. The Lord has not forgot about you. But not only has the Lord not forgot about you, he is not only, he's telling you to get up though. And I think the reality is if I would have allowed where I was to keep me where I had been, like, that could have just left. Like, I literally could be at the same house, I could be in the same financial bracket, I could be at the same mindset if it wasn't for me saying, even though God has not given me the vision, even though God has not brought it fully to pass, I'm going to continue to move. I'm going to do this in faith. I'm going to be bold. And even if I've never seen my mama healed, and I've never seen my grandma healed, and I've never seen anyone else healed, I'm believing that a healing is coming to me. I'm believing that the issue that they struggled with, I don't have back to. I'm believing that even though my mom and daddy always had bad relationships, I'm believing that's not going to be my future. I am believing that there is something different for me. And I want to tell you, please understand, me standing in this office is just me believing that, hey, there's a black woman, an Indian woman, a white girl, anybody out there can see that they can do it too. And not on their own strength, but through the power of God when you believe. And oh, it's going to come with some rough terrain, though. It's going to come with some hills and some valleys. But what you have to say is, you know what, enemy? You know what, life? You know what, circumstances? You know what? It looks like the odds are against me, but with God, there are no odds. So, you know what? I was going to go to ORU or I was going to go to ORU. I was going to get an office or I was going to get an office. I was going to be blessed or I was going to be healed and set free or I was going to be healed and set free. With God, it was going to happen regardless. And so I want to tell you today is that many times we think it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. And the reality is God is standing there like, if she only knew it is. Like, it's going to happen. It's just not in her moment, not in the hour that she wants it. Because it's going to be in the hour that I destined it. And in that hour, it's going to be sweeter. It's going to be sweeter than she could have imagined. And so I want to share that with you guys. I didn't really plan to get on here and preach a word, but it happened. But I want to share that because I'm going to have got a vlog coming up tomorrow and the next week. But it's going to kind of show you how my journey to trusting God for this. It's been a 4-year journey and really a 7-year journey. And there were seasons I just didn't think God was going to do it. I didn't know when he was going to do it. Sorry about that. I didn't know when he was going to do it, honestly. And when he did it, it's just like, it's so overwhelming. But I hope that you see that this is a story not of a woman's strength, not of someone who just had all this faith, like, or was perfect. Let's say that. I was making mistakes in this time. Don't think I wasn't slipping up and dipping and dabbling into things for sure. Like a woman who just, but I will say, I didn't do too much of it left because if it didn't align to where I was going, I wouldn't have partaken in it. Like if he didn't, if she didn't, if they didn't, if this thing didn't align, I wouldn't partake in it. And so I just want you to be so encouraged today because it's been a long time for me. It's been a long time. And I don't know how many services I've stood in and I've been fired up by a word. Man, I mean, fired up. And then I would get back to my apartment and I would say, yeah, God, you're going to do it. I know you're going to do it. I don't know when you're going to do it, but you're going to do it. And I'm going to trust you. You know, I would say that to the Lord. And some days I'd have to I'd be empty. Some days I couldn't tell him that. Some days my prayers would be like, I'd try to pray for everybody else, or I wouldn't pray at all. Or my prayers would be silent because in a way I was let down by him because it hadn't happened yet. I was starting to get let down. And so I just wanted to say it has really been such a journey with the Lord. And I want you to remember that the best Christians aren't the ones that don't make mistakes. No. They're the ones that continue to go until the end. They don't give up. Like even if they fell into a sin, even if they made a mistake, they just keep coming back to Jesus. And I think those are the ones that endure to the end. That's the ones that matter, not the ones that look the perfect or wear the right skirts and have the right hairstyle and never slip up. No. It's not them. It's the one that come back. Why do you think the prodigal son, his father cheered so much when he came back? It's the ones that always come back. So that's the key is if you fall off, you fall short, you feel distant from God, you don't pray no more, you don't have a desire to read, okay, maybe your prayers now going to be silent. Maybe you need a prayer journal. Maybe you need to just sit in the presence of God quiet. Sometimes I really will say, I tell people sometimes prayer is not talking. Sometimes it's groans. Some seasons, man, I've been through some stuff where I'm groaning. I'm just oh, I can't even tell you what I feel. I'm just making noises because that's the only way I can interpret to you what I'm going through. There are seasons I've sat in God's presence quiet because you let me down, God. I thought you was going to do this and do that, but that didn't work out. And now I feel let down. So I'm mad, but I know I'm going to get through this. And I know it's maybe protection. But right now I'm still in my feelings and I'm a little mad about it because you let me down a little bit. So please give me grace in this hour, but I'm going to just sit here and be quiet because I don't got nothing to say. Like, for real, like, this relationship with God is not spooky stuff. It's just like a real honest conversation. And I think like that is the power of our Lord, and he gives us the choice. Like, he gives us such a free will. And I'm so grateful for free will. I am. I'm so grateful because I chose this path. Like, he showed it before me, but I chose this. I chose, like, literally, I chose not to be married right now. I have chosen it on 2 occasions not to be married right now, not to have children. I choose this. I choose doing purity. I choose this. And so it's like, it's so understanding, like, you got to understand choosing God. And sometimes it's not easy. And people like, I remember, man, my brother used to give me the hardest time. Thank God he sees the fruit of my labor. But he used to give me the hardest time, like, hard on me. Like, it's just a hobby. You need it, like, it's not that. Like, it's like, he's a guy too, and he's real book smart. So he's like, go to school, get an education, and then dip. But I was struggling. And he just really said, like, this isn't it. Like, what are you doing? Like, this isn't it. This is a hobby. You need to figure something else out. Like, this is what you do on the side sometimes. Like, this is what you do on your weekends. You shouldn't be doing this every day. And I remember, like, it hit me, like, could he be right? But then it was like, no. Because what the Lord has said to me, he ain't told him. So I'm going to stand in what the Lord has said to me. And no, this ain't a hobby. I do this every day. Sometimes a little too much every day. This isn't a hobby. And this is years before y'all even knew my name. You know, so this was years ago. And so I want to tell you, it's choosing God over the enemy, choosing God over naysayers, it's choosing God over people who don't fully see it yet. It's having that faith. And I really hope this encourages you. And I'll do a video on it soon, showing you like all the old clips of me like praying at ORU's hands and like driving around the campus, believing that one day I'm going to go here. And I'm so excited that I will get to start soon and, you know, finally work on a master's in theology or a master's in divinity, which, if you don't know that, that's really the study of God. I'm really thinking I'm going to do divinity, though, because divinity goes deeper into the Hebrew and Greek, and I already do that type of study. Didn't realize it. I already know a lot of it. And so it's like, why not expand on what you already know, you know? So that right there really just inspires me. Like, I'm so excited. And the reality of it is, I know that this is going to bless my ministry so much. And that's the whole reason. Do I absolutely need it? Like, if someone was like, you have a degree and you already got a business and you already do, why do you need to go back to school? Like, people probably from the physical think, why do you need to? It's not that I think I need to, because sometimes I don't even think I need to be honest. It's not that I think I need to, but I know God has told me I need to. God has told me that there is some newness there. There was something new to learn. There was a deeper place to go. Like, God has told me that. And so I will say, from a natural side, why do you need to go to school? What's the point? Why go get in debt? Why pay this money? Why? From the natural standpoint, it could look really like that. But from a faith standpoint, it says, oh no, the ministry is going international because of this. Oh, no, I'm going to learn new things, and the ministry is going to expand to new levels because of this. Oh, I'm going to get such a new understanding of ministry and such a broader spectrum. It's going to take the beliefs I have today to another level. No. So the standards I have for my ministry today are going to shift because I'm going here and because I'm believing for something different. So the standards I have says, okay, do this, no, there's going to be a new level of excellence on us. There's just going to be such an aroma of the Spirit of God. Like, I believe it. And so it's like, I have such a faith that says I believe it. And I believe I'm not going to go into debt. And I believe that miraculously, somehow, some way with Jesus, he's done it before, things are going to be paid in full. I believe it. I believe it. And so it's like, since I believe that, I believe it. And I'm not going to get loose. I'm not going to waver. You know, like, I'm going to stand on his word, and I'm going to stand in faith. And even if it doesn't look the way I think it should look, and even if it isn't as quick as I think it should be, I'm going to stand in faith. Not only am I going to go there, I'm going to graduate. And that's just what it is. Like, you have to have that faith. And so I hope I went on a long rant, y'all. I'm sorry. I didn't really plan to go that long in talking about this, but I kind of just really got on here to talk to y'all about my magazine. Okay, and look at God. I come on here trying to tell y'all, hey, y'all, I'm about to ship out magazine suit, and if you want a magazine, here's a code, and then God takes it somewhere so different, you know? And so I will say that's just so beautiful, though, because you can kind of think like, oh, I'm going to do this, and then God's like, That's a setup, boo. That's a setup, you know? So anyways, but yeah, anyways, guys, that's really what I jumped on here for, to just kind of encourage you guys on your journey. There will be a video prayfully tomorrow for Fearless Friday. I'm on live when I'm supposed to be editing that video for tomorrow, right? But I just really want to encourage you guys. I hope your spirits are empowered and like full of faith. And if you're someone who truly has felt like God has forgotten about you, I want to tell you, I thought that too. I thought it a lot, actually. I thought it a lot. And in multiple areas, I thought he forgot about me in dating and marriage. I thought he forgot about me in my dreams. I thought he forgot about me in my hopes. Like, I thought he forgot about me so much. And in the reality, he never did. He was just moving things out of my way so I could be on the path that he had for me, you know? And so today, I am 28 years old. I am the founder of His Daughter's Closet Ministries. I am an empowerment speaker, and I speak and empower women all over the world. We just got our headquarters and building a team here physically, and getting ready to embark on the next 3 years of getting a master's in divinity at Oral Roberts University as I run a ministry and everything else. And we just launched a magazine, a physical one too. And this was all once in here and in here. It was in my mind, it was in my heart, and I just tried to believe God for it, you know? And to now see how much has come from faithfulness, and not even my faithfulness, his. Because I haven't always been faithful. I haven't always been faithful to the vision. So it's not my faithfulness, it's his. It's faithfulness to his promise. And like when it says in the scripture, when God speaks a thing, it is established. And it's like a two-edged sword. It's going to accomplish what he sent it out to do. And God has spoken to me. He has spoken some things to me that I'm standing in right now. And then he's spoken some things to me that hasn't come yet. But I know it's going to come because I'm standing in what things he already spoke to me. You know what I mean? Like it's so beautiful. Yes, y'all. Anybody else get hyped for Jesus? But anyways, I get so hyped, y'all. I get so hyped for God. Like God is just, he just isn't like, it's just like, he's not a person, does that make sense? Like he's not like here in my office chilling with me. I wish he was sometimes though. So I could just physically see him and lean on him and talk to him and lay on his lap and learn some new stuff, you know. And he's not physically like that. It takes new means to connect to such a spiritual being. Does that make sense? So the way I connect to my friends, chat with them, meet up, get food, I can't quite connect with Jesus like that. I've got to go inward. I've got to go deeper, right? It's not like, Jesus, just meet me for dinner and I'm going to sit here and eat and I'm going to talk the whole time and I'll never give you a chance to talk. No, you're actually inward. So when I'm washing my dishes, when I'm driving the car, when I'm having a breakdown because there's so much on my plate at one time and I don't know what to do, you're still with me and you're still helping me. You're giving me the tools of the Holy Spirit and you're edifying me and you're transforming me and you're blessing me in my life. And it's like you're here, you're not physically tangible that I can hug and grab, but you're a spirit that is in me, that encourages me, that brings me ideas, that when I'm feeling my lowest, you inspire me and you give me the tools to inspire others. When I'm thinking I have no more ideas, you give me a new one. When I think I have no more finances or no more resources, you bring a new wind. I mean, when I feel like you have forgot about me and I'm in a dry, desolate place, you bring water in the deserts. You know, it's like You helped me overcome the mountain that I didn't even realize was a mountain, but then you broke the scales off my eyes, and now I realize that wasn't even my mountain to be battling in the first place. Like, come on. Like, God just does these crazy major things in our lives, and if we're not careful, we're going to say it was us, or it was this, or it was just circumstance, or it was just happenstance. Like, it was just the universe. Like, no, it's Jesus helping us. And I think the reality is, if you haven't, I'm gonna charge somebody. I'm gonna charge somebody up today. If you haven't seen God in your life, that means you ain't got no faith. That's hard. If you haven't seen God in your life, that means your faith is too low. You believe God for getting home safe, right? You just do it. You drive and you believe you're gonna make it home safe. You believe that when you go to work, you're going to have a full day of work. You believe that when you put your food in the microwave, it's going to get heated up, you know? I honestly think that it's all about just being at a place to where you say, okay, I can believe God for these things, but can I believe him for that? You know what I mean? And that is different for everybody. That for me was a building, a headquarters. That for me was Oral Roberts University. That for me was completing my bachelor's degree, even though I had been out of school at the time for 2 years. And I felt like that was crazy to go back. And it felt like the biggest impossible challenge. Like, can I believe God will put me back in school? Do I believe that God will allow me to hold the degree in my hand? Do I believe that God will get me into, can you believe God for something big? Because when you do, then he leaves you speechless. But it's when you believe him for the little things and you're like, oh, wow, cool, we got it. But when you believe God for that big thing, that big thing, that changes the game. And so I want to tell you, if you haven't seen God moving in your life, it's not rocket science. It's not. It's time to get your faith up. So maybe you listen to stuff like this, somewhere you see the result of God, you know. Maybe journaling about the times when you prayed for something and God actually answered it. Maybe it's listening to stuff where you see people have been blessed by him. Because the reality is that God is not a respecter of persons. He's not going to bless me more than he blesses you. No. He's not only going to bless me or only bless the girl up the street. No. And it's no offense to certain races, but I remember I used to really believe that God only blessed white people. I really, really believe that financially only white people were blessed. I remember feeling like sometimes only white people had good things. That was the mindset, though. That was the cap, right? We be living under. That was a cap. So it's like sometimes you have to believe outside that. So I remember this particular woman in business, white woman, she got a headquarters. I remember I was watching her, and I was like, man. And she got it so quick and so easy. And I was like, what? And I was like, man, I couldn't do that. And then the Lord said, why can't you? And I said, because I'm a black woman. I'm a Native woman. I don't see Native black women do what I do. I don't see it. He said, but did I do it for her? And I was like, well, she believes in like the universe and stuff. And he's like, so if she believes that something out there is going to give her it, and you already are in me and you know me, why can't you believe I could do that? If she's believed so hard in something out there to give her something and manifest and pull something, and if she believes in attraction and all that, then why can't you believe so much in me? That's her God. But what about your God? The God that has healed you from trauma, the God that has brought you out of tears, the God that has pulled you out of the pit of depression, the God that has broken the panic attacks off of you, the God that has helped you out of promiscuity, the God that has healed you. If she can believe in something out there, the universe so heavy, and she gets it, why can't you believe in me? If I have done all that for you. And I was like, oh, well, then I'm getting headquarters. Because if it's not about that she was white, it was that she had such a belief in her fake God that she believed she could get it. So God said that if you know I am the God, I'm the real God, I'm the Lord of Lords, Kings of Kings. And so if I'm the Lord of Lords and Kings of Kings, then that's your Lord. If I'm the King of Kings, you're a king. If I'm the Lord of Lords, you're a Lord. Like, if I am all of that, daughter, then rise up. Because it's not that she's white that she gets it. That's a cap. You got to break the cap. It's not that she's got better privileges than you. Yeah, that's the reality of a lot of us. That's the reality. She probably did come into privilege, which she did. But God says you got the most privilege because you got me. You got me. So yes, daughter, you can get the headquarters if you want it. Go get it. Go get it. You can get it. You can build it. You can create it. You can go back to school. You can do whatever you wanted, but you first got to realize the caps that you're listening to. And I was listening to that she was a white woman, so she got her business easy. You know, she got it easy. And it was like, I couldn't do it. And the Lord checked me quick, man. He was like, so you trying to tell me her God is more powerful than me? And her God is just attraction. And her God is just my exact principles, but trying to keep out Jesus. Her God are the exact principles you follow, except she's trying to forfeit Jesus. So with that being said, if you are not going to forfeit Jesus, but you're going to grab a hold of him, then guess what? Every single thing you can have as long as you do it in me. And I think that's the reality. And there's a background on my phone. God gave me this word in 2016. I was nowhere where I am today. Trump didn't even have a ministry yet, okay? He told me everything you are at this moment is everything you have believed that I can do for you thus far. And I was like, what? And he said, everything you are at this moment is everything you have believed that I could do for you thus far. So when you believe that I can do more for you, then you'll see me do more. But daughter, look at your scripture. By your faith, like Jesus always asks, do you believe? If you believe, daughter, that I can heal you from this thing, you'll be healed. If you believe, daughter, that you can get out of that toxic relationship, you can get out. If you believe, daughter, that the pain you feel in your heart from what so-and-so did to you, you can get free from that pain if you believe. And so that is my exhortation. Didn't even know I was doing an exhortation today, okay? But that's my exhortation to you. Do you believe? Simple. Not rocket science. Not no spooky stuff. Do you believe? And if you say you believe, walk in it. Even when it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon and you start not to believe, step back into it. If you got to stand up, if you got to quit crouching, you got to stand up. If you got to open up some blinds, if you got to get some light in your house, if you got to clean up the room, if you got to play a song. I mean, I share about these years of what I did, but I want to tell you, there was so much music being played. There was so much prayers being prayed. There was so much having to go on just so I could continue to believe. But I want to tell you, when you pray for a little while, you begin to pray in the spirit. So your prayers go from, Lord, I'm struggling. Like, Lord, I can't figure this out. Like, why you like leave me? Why you forget about me? Why you keep letting me down? Why, like, this is hard. Like, see, you go from that. That's your first prayer. And a little later, you pray again. You like, so you see, Lord, the reason I'm kind of dealing with depression is because I know the issue. It's like I feel like my life ain't what you said it was gonna be, and I'm still here, and this job sucks, and that second prayer, third prayer. Oh, okay, Lord, like I feel like you giving me new ideas, and you leading me into new places, and I don't understand it. I'm scared. I'm kind of confused too, but I remember last night I was like doing something, and I just started getting these ideas for this particular thing, and it don't make no sense, but maybe it's a way out of my current situation. So you know what, God, I'll come back to you when I get more understanding of it. That's like your third, fourth, fifth prayer. Next thing you know, you coming back. You ain't even got to go so deep into prayer because God is already with you. So you writing and you thinking and you plotting and you praying without ceasing, without even praying without ceasing. Like you're just praying and you're just talking and you're telling him your ideas and you're believing. and you're having faith and you're fired up. And then it goes from a prayer of just questioning all the time and feeling down. And then all of a sudden you get into prayer and it ain't even about what you was once talking about. It's about you find yourself up. I'm believing the promises of God. I know he has called me. He has set the captives free. My mind is set free. My spirit is set free. You know what? I'm going to trample over the serpent's head. Everything that is trying to pull me down is going to be a footstool to take me higher in God. Every challenge that I have encountered, God is going to use it for my good. Everything the enemy has thrown at my family is going to go right back to him because our family is going to go up. Every time my job, the person tried to belittle me at my job, God says, don't worry about it because I will have the victory. Every single thing. I'm trying to tell you, you're going to switch up on them. You will switch up. And all of a sudden you're like, whoa, man, I ain't never talked like that before. I ain't never prayed like that before. Whoa, who was that? And God says, that's my spirit. Because you got faith now. And so since you got faith, I'm going to come in you harder. I'm going to come through you stronger. Come on, y'all. I'm trying to tell y'all. So yeah, it's okay if your prayers start a little sketchy. But don't stop. Because I'm trying to tell you, before you know it, you talking to him all the time. Or when he leads you into that place, it ain't your prayers. You start praying in the spirit. You start praying in things that you don't even know what you're talking about. But as you begin to pray, you begin to hear a power. You begin to hear a boldness. You begin to call things out of corners that ain't supposed to be there. You begin to see things that you don't even know how you're seeing it. But you begin to cast things down over your mama, over your sister, over your brother, over your nephews. You begin to cast things down. You're like, oh, hold on, where did that come from? Jesus is like, don't worry about where it came from, but you speak it. Don't worry about how you know that. Keep speaking. Oh, I'm trying to tell you. So it's not about how God let us down and we can't feel like we can't get back on track. No, no, no. It's your faith. So God, you let me down. I can't get back on track. It's your faith. It's your faith. Morgan, what do I do when it's your faith? Morgan, what happens when it's your faith? Morgan, I don't really understand. It's your faith. Morgan, it's your faith. It's your faith, sis. It's your faith. Like, that's what it is. So what you got to do to build back more faith is, I could tell you, go read 3 chapters out of the Bible, but that doesn't build your faith. The Bible is going to solidify what you already are learning. The Bible is going to go in and change your mind. Do you know what I mean? It's going to go in, it's going to start to change things. It's going to come against knowledge that was already there. It's going to start to change you from the inside out, but it requires faith. So you got to get the faith to get to the Bible. Do you know what I mean? Like, I didn't get saved and just start reading my Bible every day. No. I had to start going to Bible studies. I got on Proverbs 31 Women back in the day and read daily devotionals by them. That's why I have a weekly one. But I used to read daily devotionals by Proverbs 31 Women. That would kind of, stir me up in my faith a little bit. It would kind of keep me thinking of God. And I think I knew like 3 Lecrae songs. And there was this one song called I Can Play the Background. And that song I would play over and over again, because that was the only real Christian song I knew that I actually liked. And so I would play that. And that would be kind of my song to God. Like, I will play the background, because I've been playing the forefront of my life this whole time. And so I'll play the background. And I'm going to tell you guys, I keep saying it's not rocket science. It's not spooky. It's power of God. The love of God. And if you're not seeing that, it's because you're resisting it. You're pushing it away versus like, okay, I accept your love, Jesus. Like, you love me. Like, there's nothing I have done as of this moment that is separating me from your love is here. Your presence is here. So even though I feel like I fall short, you're like, okay, daughter, come on. It's all right. Let's keep going. Keep running. Why you quit the race just because you stumbled a little? Keep going. You stumbled a little. That's okay. It's just the momentum you need to keep going. You got a little off track. Your eyes went a little sideways. That's okay. Come on. There's still more to handle. I want to tell you, if every time I stumbled on my journey, if I would have just stopped then and said, oh, God don't love me, we wouldn't be where we are today. I have stumbled a lot on this journey. There are things I've tapped into and got back into that I knew I shouldn't have no business. But the moment I got my clarity back, got to get back on with the Jesus. Got to get back on with Jesus. So I didn't expect to preach today. I didn't expect all this, but the Lord knows who needs it. And even I needed it in a way. I needed it even in a way. Didn't even realize it. But sometimes there's going to be some obstacles in your life. And that's the reality. But what that means is how you show God you're faithful is you face the obstacles with him. You face the obstacles with him. You face the naysayers with him. Even when you want to say, when you want to fight back, you face it with him. And you say, you know what, Lord, what this hard. This is hard, Jesus. Like you say that with him. And in the process, what you do is you get so built up in his spirit, not in your own spirit, but in his. And you're just like, you're on fire and you're ready to go. So I said a lot today. I didn't even plan to say all this, but we are on 54 minutes of me blabbing at the mouth. Thank you, Jesus, for that, though. I needed it myself. So I hope this blessed you. I actually got on here to talk about my magazine and all that, and God took it somewhere else, but I'm grateful. I'll say, if you want that HDC magazine, go to my website, hisdarkscloset.com/shop. Click shop tab in the menu. Order the magazine. Use the code SOCIALMAG, all underscore social mag, and you get free shipping on your magazine. If you're interested, I'm just saying that now because we're getting ready to start shipping these bad boys out and getting ready to do additional orders and stuff. And I just would hate for you to miss your chance, because the reality is this is coming out the store soon, because this is a lot of work trying to get, before, I don't even have my assistant yet. So it's a lot of work on me, but she should be here within the next month. So that should work out great. But I hope this chat blessed you guys. I'm so sorry I wasn't able to get to Q&As like I thought I was going to. I honestly thought I was going to get to do like a Q&A. But if you ever have questions for me, drop me a message at my website. My assistant is coming real soon, so she will help me get caught up with those messages, because there's a lot, honestly. I miss so many. You could always do that, or you could email me at info@hisdaughter'scloset.com. and be patient with me, and I will get back to you and try to answer your questions. But like I said on this live, many times our struggles is our faith, and I know from my personal experience. And so I hope you guys enjoyed this. Like I said, check out the magazine if you really want a magazine, and every of it goes into the ministry, and it goes into our programs, and it goes into helping fund all that we do here at HDC. Okay, so if you're interested in that, click the link that ain't even in here. Go to my website, you know what I mean, and all that. But I hope y'all enjoyed this. If you enjoyed this, I want you to share this with yourself, boo. Don't even share it with nobody yet. Just put it on like your little save for later tab. When you start to feel like your faith is getting low, it might be in a week, it might be in a month, just be like, I'm gonna go back and listen to that, because something in my spirit needs to hear it again, because I'm shaky right now. My hope is that that's what it does for you. But anyways, I got work to do, because I've been working. I've been chatting with you. But in a way, this was work, right? This was work for the kingdom. For the kingdom. But anyways, let me get off of here and quit talking. And have a great one, guys. Y'all want my magazine, His Daughter's Closet. The prayer walk article is in here, and I know it's going to bless so many of you. We have a Bible study article in here on how you can really get comfortable with Bible study. We have a grow article in here on how you can really grow in your faith. We have an article all over about, like, this whole edition is about like self-care and taking care of yourself and things like that. I believe in self-care because your girl used to not, and it was really showing. But self-care can be me prayer journaling. It's not necessarily me taking a hot bath, but it's really just showing myself some love. And that might be, putting on jewelry that day, or even like taking time to prayer journal and talk to God about some inner things. That's me showing love to myself. So I hope this blessed you. I hope this live blessed you. If you want to get the magazine, check me out, boo. Check me out, boo. And the goal is the magazine is to be supernatural. So my face isn't even like photoshopped. Acne scars galore too. But my goal is that the magazine helps you embrace the natural you. Like, even like my little gut right there, like, Jesus, why? Like, I could have like cut that and like photoshopped it, made the booty bigger. No, I'm just kidding. But the goal is to make the magazine supernatural and just kind of really inspire everyday looking women. You know what I mean? Oh man. And so I am so excited to be able to do everything. So yeah, I will have a vlog probably coming up tomorrow. Can we still sign up? $39. Are you talking about my membership? My membership is $33. My monthly membership is $33, and you can still sign up, but I will say I haven't announced it yet. I need to announce it really soon. November is the last month you can get into my membership, because after that we're going to take a month off. We're focusing on the ladies already in it, and then we'll open again sometime in the new year, maybe January, February, or March. But I know November is the last time to get in at the price of $33. And so if you want to check that out, His Daughter's Closet / membership, just go to my website, hisdaughterscloset.com. And honestly, you guys, I'm kind of tired today. I don't know if y'all see this, but your girl's kind of tired today. And I didn't plan to stay at the office this late as it's going to be, but I'm going to be here for a while. But I hope y'all enjoyed my 1 hour spill to you guys. Love you guys. I will see you later. Bye. Mwah. May Jesus cover you, inspire you, bless you, and may you go to the rest of your week and next week in the presence of the Lord. Peace.